This is me trying to find a dirt road. It's not that easy nowadays. All right, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave, like always, and you found do it yourself, do it right. And well, today I'm gonna do something that I have never done before. Haven't done it on a channel, haven't done it before. I've, just haven't done it. So this video could go great or it could go terrible. And what I'm talking about is I'm gonna head on over to the Harley dealership, Adirondack Harley Davidson, here in Broad Albin, New York. The sales manager, I don't know how he found out, but he found out I had a YouTube channel, and he wants me to ride and review their 2023 Pan America. I know nothing about it. I'm not a stats guy. All I know is that it's Harley's adventure bike, and so I'm a seat of your pants kind of guy, and I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna ride it, I'm gonna tell you what I think, and we're gonna go from there. So let's get on the old road glide and scoot on over to Adirondack Harley Davidson. Alright guys, so as you can probably hear, I'm over at Harley, Adirondack Harley Davidson, and well, they're kind enough to let me take out this beautiful 2023 Pan America. And well, it's in my favorite color. Well, blue's not really my favorite color, but I really do love blue. I love blue vehicles, blue motorcycles, blue shirts, and well, just gonna go ahead and do a little walk around, let you guys take in the bike, and then I'll kind of just go over it, even though, like I said earlier, I'm not a specs guy. I know the bare basics. I know this thing has a lot of stuff up here in the dash that I would probably never use, but most of you will or would. It's not your typical Harley by any means. They they're touting it as a adventure bike, off-road, dual sport, do everything, go anywhere kind of motorcycle. And just by the looks of it, it looks like it's pretty capable. It does have the new 1250 Revolution Max engine. It is liquid cooled, and it is the most powerful horsepower, I believe, Harley on the market right now. Now, I'm not sure, maybe the 135 beats it, I'm not exactly sure, but for a normal, everyday bike, they say it's the most powerful Harley there is. Let's look at some of the specific stuff. All right, so I'm just going to start at the front, work my way back, talk about the things that I notice. So right off the jump, front brakes, they're dual disc, and they're Brembos. So I mean, that's pretty impressive, actually. They got Brembo brakes. Here's your radiator, because it is, like I said, liquid cooled. They are running some Michelins up front, and I do believe in the rear. They got the Harley on them, of course. Upside down forks. It's pretty cool. Different for Harley. I'm not sure, but I think that's the battery down in there. It's a little different. Continuing on with the, you know, the front end. In my personal opinion, it's not the greatest looking, but, you know, it is along the lines of with all the rest of the adventure bikes. They all have weird front ends. They all don't look normal. I mean, if you look at the KTMs and the Tigers, the Triumph Tigers, they all kind of look weird. So, you know, keeping with the adventure bike tradition. It does have a, you know, a decent windscreen up front here. Don't mind my sunglasses, just keeping them there for safekeepings. We do have LEDs up here, and I do believe that it does have active headlights. They do turn when you're, you know, turning to light up the road. So that's also pretty cool. Coming up a little higher, you know, they got, you know, hand guards. Everybody needs hand guards when you're out, you know, adventuring, doing the adventure stuff. It does have, you know, crash bars. Keeps the radiator safe, I guess. Working my way back, obviously here's your, you know, your spark plugs and your ignition box and everything on the side. And it does have a nice, cool trellis frame. You know, they're flexible in case you hit something. You know, it does have a center stand, which is really neat. I do like bikes. Whoa, about to fall over. I do like the center stand option on some on bikes. You know, it's easier to store them. They store straight up and down, so it's easier to stack more bikes in your garage, and it's easier to work on the back tire. You know, so the center stand is a good option, I believe. This is obviously just got a stock seat. It is very grippy, so you don't, you know, like this doesn't slide off. You know, your fuel tank. It's got, you know, a race car kind of fuel tank setup. You know, for, you know, if you want to do motorcycle racing type stuff. Might be a little overkill, but whatever, it is what it is. You know, you got your see-through reservoir up here. It does have a cable clutch, which is nice, and it is adjustable. Both both levers are adjustable, so that's really nice. You know, adjustability for people is well, hello there. There is a busy street over here, and you know, people, I like to pull out in front of people, and they let them know it, boy. So what else? You know, it's got a dampener, which is nice, off-road. You know, so it absorbs, you know, the shock if you're hitting some rocks and whatnot. Now, I will say that this video, I am not taking this bike off-road when I ride it. I'm just going to do some nice, easy riding on the road to get a, you know, to get a good feel for the bike. I'm a seat of your pants kind of rider. Like I said earlier, I don't do specs. Like, I don't know how much suspension this thing has. If you want all the specs and stuff, you probably should find a different reviewer. But I like bikes by the way they ride. Every bike rides differently, and I'm sure this bike is no different. It is definitely out of the characteristics of a Harley, which is good. I think Harley needs to continue to change their motorcycles, and you know, this is just one of them. I think they need to stick with their traditional motorcycles, but they also need to come out with stuff that's going to compete with the rest of the motorcycling world, and this is definitely one of those motorcycles, I believe. I've heard good things about this bike. I don't know how well they're selling, but that's not for me to worry about, I guess. All right, so those of you that's been on my channel, you know that I'm not really a tech guy, but I am going to show you this dash and all the stuff that goes along with the dash. It has a bunch of pages and good stuff that I would probably never use. You know, obviously the bike has ABS and all that good stuff. I'll just show you the switch gear. You know, you got your horn over here. You know, it's a horn. Directionals, which I kind of like that it's all on one side. You can turn them off by just pressing in, obviously. That's kind of, you know, whatever. And then this is the pages button. It changes the pages somehow. I'm guessing. Oh, side stand, so it's not gonna let me do it. But obviously this is your navigation, your cruise control, which is really cool. High beams, low beams, heated grips. Look at that, man. Heated grips. That is definitely a must up here in New York, especially if you're you know, you're a fall rider. You know, those are definitely a must. I should have put heated grips on my Road Glide, but I didn't. And then over here you have your different modes, your mode button, your 4-way. This is your start, this is your power. You flip this over, start, power. And this is you know, your controls for your music and everything that you hook up, because you can Bluetooth it and all that good stuff. And it has the talk buttons. And you know, if you're riding with a bunch of guys that have the cool helmets so you can talk back and forth, that's what those buttons are for. I don't typically do that, so I don't really worry about that. And you know, let's start her up. Well, so this is how you tell that I'm not really familiar with the bike. The reason why I couldn't flip through the pages is because, well, it wasn't in neutral. So here you go. Here's your pages. There's your music, your motorcycle page, your home page, your destination. You can click on it, but none of this stuff is connected because my phone's not connected to it. You can come over here to your motorcycle. Oop, too far. Over, go in, and then, you know, it tells you all your good stuff. Your front, your rear, temperature, volts, diagnostics, blah blah blah. You know, all the cool stuff that you need. And you can see all the warnings. It's a really nice looking dash. I like the fuel gauge down here. Time, you know, so it's a really nice, it's really clear. You know, I'm stepping around to the side. You can still see it. Step around to that side. You still see it no matter where the, you know, the sun anglage. So that's really nice. To, you know, back in the day they all weren't like that, so that's really nice. Let's like I said before, let's go ahead and let's get her started. All right, bike is in neutral. It is on. Hit the start button. There you go. I will say that one of the complaints about this bike is when you first start it up, they say it's noisy, which it kind of has a little bit of a noise. It's not bad. Definitely got a different sound. Let's give her a rev or two. It is stock exhaust, so you can't expect too much from a stock exhaust. It is an adventure bike. It is an off-road bike, so they try to keep it quiet so you're, you know, disturb nature if you're out in nature. I would say that if this were my bike, I would definitely put a louder exhaust so traffic could hear me. But you know, it's not that bad. All right, now that I've been able to navigate back to the home page, obviously your speedometer, and then this is your tach. You see it go up. One thing that let's cut that off for a second. One thing that I failed to mention, and it's a really big thing in my opinion, is I'm a short guy. I'm only 5'7.5" on a good day. So, you know, this bike is pretty tall. And I don't know if you can really tell, but it's pretty tall. And this bike has a cool little feature to where it lowers and raises when you sit on it. So if it knows that you're a heavy, small rider like myself, it'll squat. So you're not doing the tippy toe action when you come to a stoplight. So that's pretty neat. Now, like I said, I'm not versed in the adventure bike world. There's probably other bikes that do it. I just don't know. So if that is something other bikes do, you know, put a comment in the block below. Let me know what other bikes do that. Maybe just, you know, some cool knowledge to have. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get suited up. And by suited up, I mean gloves and my helmet. And yeah, I'm gonna put you on my helmet to start and give you kind of a view of the whole front, all the stuff that happens. The gear shifting, it shows you, you know, what gear you're in at all times, which is a cool thing compared to my Road Glide, which it doesn't tell you until you're actually going. Good job, Harley, for fixing that on this bike. Just give you a view, and then, you know, I'll try to talk to you. I don't know how well it's going to go because I don't have a full face helmet. I might just pull over some spots and, you know, talk to you, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's go scoot down the road. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that is so nice when it drops down like that. Now I'm not on my tippy toes. I don't think you guys got that on the video, but it definitely lowers itself, which is cool. It's got a little indication right here next to the neutral. It's got a little shock symbol to get her started. Let her warm up for just a second. Just gonna go out on the road. I'm not gonna take the main road. I'm gonna go up back road and then take another back road around town. Just gonna take her out, you know, do a few miles just to try to get a nice feel. You know, for me, like I said, I'm 5'7.5" on a good day. Holy moly, look at that BMW go by. Anyways, you know, I'm 5'7". This is good reach for me. You know, I don't feel stretched out, too far back, too far forward. You know, it definitely feels nice. And, you know, the levers are way better. I'm glad that Harley is now going away from that hydraulic clutch that's on my Road Glide. It's just terrible. Like I said before, adjustable levers. You know, everything right here feels good. So, first gear, let's go. All right, that's pretty smooth. Hey, there's the Road Glide. Hopefully you don't get too much wind buffering. Hey, Monte Carlo SS right there. Look at that thing, man. A couple nice cars. There must be a car show around here or something. That's pretty smooth. Kind of wish I had a closed face. You know, I try to keep the wind down a little bit. Oh yeah. She'll definitely pull. Not too bad. That feels pretty light on its feet, actually. I mean, that's fifth, man. I don't know. Of course, it had to be a windy day, also. You know, because I'm always super prepared. Oh, there's little symbols saying, you know, watch out for kids. Holy heck. That guy busts out a lot of thousand, you know, that's what boat stands for. Especially up here, we're so close to the lake. You know, Lake Sagandaga, or the Great Sagandaga, just in that direction. For those of you that don't know, over there, Stewart's Shops. You know, it's only the best convenience store in the world.
My girlfriend would probably argue with that. She's really in love with Buc-ee's right now. Wow, she'll go. And just like that, my friend, I was doing 60 miles an hour in a 45. Probably not the best idea without a license plate on the back. I have to say that I figured that it would be clunky, like a dual, like a VO. Hey, watch out, BMW, stand on your side of the road. I figured it would be clunky, kind of give you that, but it's really smooth. I'm not going to say that it's as smooth as an inline, but it's pretty smooth. The shifting is nice. No issues. Couple of Harley guys there. Probably would even know this is a Harley, because it is so different. Oh, I'm gonna have to come back and look at that Trailblazer SS. It does feel really light on its feet, and that's really surprised at that, being that it's such a tall bike. Let's see how the back brake feels on this coming up to this stop sign. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow, front brake is... The front brake is really responsive. The back brake feels a little mushy. I will say that I do use a lot of back brake when I ride. I think that's carried over from my dirt bike days, and I once owned a Bomber that didn't have a front brake, so you gotta learn to use just your back brake. I do apologize for the wind noise if it's killing your eardrums. Those front brakes are really responsive. If you get on the front brake, you can feel the back end coming up. That's not a feeling that I'm used to anymore. For those of you that's never been up in upstate New York, ride motorcycle or just driving around or whatever, it's it's really beautiful, especially this time of year. I don't even know what the temperature is. I don't really worry about it, but it's just perfect riding weather right now. Let's turn around at this flower shop. Nice old lady. Now that active suspension, I don't know what Harley calls it. It is definitely really nice when when you're my height, when you're a short guy, riding a big bike, tall bike. I don't know what the speed limit is up through here, but I'm gonna do a quick pull. I'm running at 22 miles an hour, second gear. I mean, it's got some giddy up and go. It's actually pretty impressive. And when you're going, it pulls, and it's a smooth pull. It's a nice, it's not like a dirt bike where you feel the power band kick in or a two-stroke. It's a nice, linear, straight pull. The riding position is nice. My feet are straight down. Of course, I got a nice bend in my knee. You know, it's probably a, I don't know, 45-degree bend. The pegs feel all right. You know, they got that rubber in the middle of them, so it kind of keeps your feet in. And of course, I'm riding in tennis shoes right now. You know, I'm riding in my running shoes. So, you know, it feels good. I will say, through that pull, I can, you know, I feel myself sliding kind of backwards and my butt bumping up against the back seat, which is nice. It's good support. I'm sure that's probably also nice when you're out in the dirt and in the mud. You can, you know, you can lean on that a little bit. Let's test out that back brake. Yeah, that back brake is definitely a little mushy for my taste. It's not really that responsive. I mean, it'll stop you if you have to. The front brake is a lot more responsive, which I guess is to be expected. You know, it is a dual front disc on the front. Brembo's, good brand, obviously. I'm gonna flip a quick U-turn, see how maneuverable she is, you know, out on the street. You know, why not? Plus, I wanted to turn left there. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Your indicator pops up here on the screen. Oh yeah, front brake is way better than the back brake. That clutch pull is so smooth. I think unfortunately I've gotten used to that hydraulic clutch on the road guide, and that thing is just so hard to pull. Pull over here into school. School is obviously out. It is summertime. Although the school in the south, they're already back to school. There's your indicator that the suspension is working. It's doing its lowering thing, so short people like myself. As you can see, I'm on the balls. Well, maybe you can't see, but if you can, I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm, you know, I'm not tippy-toeing. Both feet are on the balls, so, you know, it's not too shabby. So I wanted to pull over in the school parking lot, you know, try to, you know, convey how different this bike feels than I thought it was going to feel. For it being as tall as it is, it feels really light, feels really nimble. It feels like the weight is down low, which is, I guess it's understandable. Everything is kind of low, but I just didn't expect that, and it's actually kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting to not so enjoyable, I should say. You know, it pulls. It's got some go. It's got some gumption. That 1250cc shit, it zips. It'll go. I'm really impressed with that. The you know, the brakes, you know, I think I've already kind of beat that horse a little bit. The back brakes are they're not great.
Let's just put it that way. They're just not great. The front brakes, whoa, they'll get you. They'll, you get on them suckers, they'll get you. You could do some of those tricks, you know, they're doing the backwards wheelie thing. I'm sure somebody's probably already done it on one of these. Just find a video, I'm sure it's out there. But yeah, so I did just realize, and I didn't go over it before, that it does have an adjustable windshield. On the way back, I'll adjust it up, see if I can kill some of that wind buffering. But there's just a, you know, little lever over here. Pull it, goes up or down, goes up. Gives you a few more inches, I guess. So when we all just like a few more inches in, you know, travel, you know, we're talking about travel here, you know, travel, suspension travel and windshield travel. I'm gonna jump back on the bike and see if I can locate some you know, some dirt roads or something, maybe to try to tool around on. See how she works in the dirt. You know, they say you get injured in the dirt, but we'll see how the bike works in the dirt. So I'm trying not to get injured. I already did my 2 days in the hospital 2 weeks ago or a week ago, however long ago, from the dang bee sting. But you know, we're trying not to get injured today, especially on a dealer-owned bike. That would not be a good thing. This is me trying to find a dirt road. It's not that easy nowadays. Let's do a little test and see if this thing will actually start in gear. All right, I got her in first. I got the clutch pulled in. Let's see if she'll start in gear. Wow, she will. All right. It's a little different. My Road Glide will start in gear, but my Softail Deluxe will not start in gear. I got the windshield up. Maybe that'll help some of the wind buffering in the microphone. Let's do a little stand up. Let's see, do some standing up around the parking lot, see how she feels standing up. Because you know, you are going to ride off-road standing up. I typically don't really ride standing up, but I could see, you know, riding off-road. You know, it's got the seat is nice and grippy, so I can grip with my legs. Now, I'm not wearing pants, I'm wearing shorts. So, you know, my skin grips a little better, but you know, I can see off-road. I mean, me personally, I don't do any crazy off-roading. I wouldn't do any crazy off-roading. I don't plan on doing any crazy off-roading. But for those of you that do, it feels very stable. Really flicky. I'm sure if you're looking for a off-road review of this bike, there's other guys that probably, well, not probably, that's definitely taking it off-road and doing a better job. I personally, you know, I'm not going to do it. It's not my bike. If it were my bike, then, you know, I'd definitely take it on some off-road adventures. Oh yeah, that windshield being up higher is a lot better, actually. You know, she is a little chunky if you get further up in the gear range, and you know, you just kind of thumping along like I am right here. Like I'm in fourth, doesn't feel very chunky. You know, you put it in fifth, she's a little chunky. Still, you know, still feels really nice. I'm surprised. This car in front of me probably thinking, what the heck is this guy doing? The shifts are nice and smooth, kind of reminiscent of come on, lady. All right. Kind of reminiscent of like a, you know, a nice four-wheeler. You know, back in the day, the automatics, you don't have to use the clutch. That's how smooth the shifter feels on my foot. It's not a lot of movement. Up, clicks into gear, good to go. The windshield up definitely makes a difference. I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it's a substantial difference. Oh, there's that SS. I'm gonna come over and look at that thing. If you look straight ahead, you see the house and the mountains in the background. That's the great Adirondacks. You know, that's really where this bike should be. I'm just south of the Adirondacks. But this bike was definitely designed and built to go up through the Adirondacks. Nice roads up through there. There's a lot of dirt roads. I'm just kind of, you know, putting around the roads around here. Just getting a feel for the bike, really. Yeah, like I said before, I'm a seat of the pants kind of rider. I really like a bike by the way my butt feels or the way my butt doesn't feel. And this bike is actually pretty fun. I didn't think this bike was going to be as fun as it is. But it's fun. It's a different Harley. I'll definitely give you that. It's definitely a different Harley, and I think this bike has taken Harley in the right direction. Definitely in the right direction to compete with the Japanese bikes, and for that matter, the British touring bikes, the Italians, you know, the Multistradas. You know, it's right in that price range. I don't exactly know what the dealership has on this bike for a price. I think it's right around 20, 21, maybe 22. I'm not exactly sure. But you know, a Tiger, you know, a BMW GS, they're all right here in this price range. Oh, somebody's been out here doing donuts. There's Ken and the sales team. All right, so the last, couple of parting thoughts before I give the bike back. On the way back, I did realize that the mirrors, they're suffice, but they could be a little bit better. Really, that's about all. My leg did start to get hot, but that's, I'm wearing shorts on an adventure bike where you're supposed to be wearing pants, burn yourself. The heat shield did a good job, but the rest of it gets hot. So, the inside of my leg did, get a little warm, but not terribly. Not really a complaint or anything. That's really my own stupidity for riding in shorts. I mean, overall, it's a nice bike. It's capable. It's able to do a lot more than I would ever put it through. I'm obviously not a hardcore off-road touring person, but if you are, it's definitely a capable bike. oh, I didn't get to take it off-road, but I'm pretty sure, you know, it's capable. So I'm actually really impressed that Harley, you know, Harley has always been reluctant to change, and now they're changing. And I mean, this is something. You know, they're back to a chain, nice. They're back to the cable clutch, which is nice. But a whole new liquid cooled engine is just, you know, light years away from where they were. So kudos to Harley, you know, for changing, for doing something different. You know, what can I say? It's fun. All right, so who is this bike built for? Well, it's built for the guy that wants to go off-road. It's built for the guy that wants to ride upright. You know, it's got a nice, comfortable seating position. It's built for the guy that wants to tour. It does, you know, it's modular. You can put big bags and boxes, and this does say 5 pounds, but you know, you can put stuff there. I've seen them loaded down, seen them naked like this. It's for those guys. I'm gonna say that it's probably for an older gentleman that has a couple of buddies that wants to go out on some nice long tours, that wants to hit some dirt roads, that wants to see, you know, the nature, really, not just highway riding. I see so many guys, so many YouTube channels where guys are just out blasting down the highway. They're not out on some back roads, some 2-lane roads. They're just, you know, this is not who that bike is for. Let's put it that way. It's not for, you know, it's not for motorcycle groups, clubs. It's not for them. It's not for the old school Harley clug guy that wants the 135s and wants to, you know, see how big they can get their cubic inches. It's not for them. This is for the guy that just wants a nice, comfortable, smooth ride that can jam it off-road if he wants. If you're a younger guy that wants to do that, then this bike is for you, but I don't really see the younger community getting into this. Especially, you know, you're not going to take a crotch rocket guy and put him on this bike. I just don't think he'd probably have fun, or she. You know, I'm not being sexist here. I think it's for I think it's for the my age guy, the middle-aged guy that wants to see the countryside. I think that's what this bike is for. And Harley has done a good job building this bike for that gentleman or lady, because it is definitely, I mean, if you're a lady, now you got to be a little bit taller lady, I think, because it is taller. A lady could definitely enjoy this bike. It's nice and smooth. I don't believe my girlfriend would enjoy this bike because it is a little taller. I don't believe she likes I don't think she would like the balls of her feet. She wants to be flat-footed. So if you're a flat-footer and you're shorter and you're a lady, you probably might not like this bike. It is taller. It does adjust, but I don't think it's going to adjust that far down. Now I am 5'7.5". It's right where I like it, really. To swing my leg over, it's a little chore to sling my leg over, but you know, if I got a little tight pants, it's going to be a little bit more. But yeah, that's who this bike was made for. All right, guys and girls, I'm going to call this video here. If you like this video review, ride and review kind of thing, you know, it's my first one, so obviously I'm not professional at it. I do need a closed-faced helmet, I will say that. I do need one anyway, especially fall riding here when you're out and it starts to get dark and it gets a little colder. So I do need to pick up a closed-faced helmet. I've been needing to buy one for a while now. But yeah, that's going to do it here. If you like the review on the bike, you know, give me a like, tag, share, follow, you know, thumbs up. Leave a comment what you think of this bike. If you own this bike and you're watching this, let me know what you think. if you're thinking about buying one and you've been out riding some Tigers and Multistradas and anything else that's in the same group, you know, let me know what you think about those bikes. Maybe I can, I don't know, maybe hit up the Triumph dealership, see if I can do a review. The problem with the Triumph dealership here is it's way down in the city. You can't get out of the city without riding 500 miles. So, you know, if you own a Tiger and you test rode one of these, tell me what you think about it. So, you know, it's a fun bike. My last thoughts are, it's fun. So, like I said, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to know when I drop a next video. And like always, till next time, thanks a lot. I do like that blue.